Yeah, internet not stable. Yep, that's fine. You're back now. Okay,
right.
so Stephen, tell me if you can. Yep.
Sorry, I'm listening to you guys. Sorry, I just need to do a transaction because my office in KL still not finished work yet. You know.
Okay. Here we go. Anytime is it, Kitty?
Yeah, you can. I'm just sorry. I just need to do some approval. But yeah, I'm listening to you guys.
Let me add both Ken and Judy as co-host. Then you can share screen. Ken can do the trial size marketing first. Then perhaps Judy can share with us about the weekly accountability, because none of you has today except Ken, I think. Judy, you do yours, yeah?
Oh, Judy, you want to do first or not, Judy? The accountability.
Yeah, why don't you do yours? Yeah, Judy.
Oh, that would be good, actually.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
if you can, yeah, it'd be nice, actually, I think.
Yeah, okay. So, hi, everyone. I'm sharing my screen. Share computer sound? Should I?
Judy, you're very soft.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Like very far away.
Far away.
No, it's okay from my side.
What about now? Is it better?
You can actually bump your microphone levels up, Judy, if you want. You go to in Zoom, right? What you do is you click the arrow next to the mute button. Then you click audio settings.
Oh, yeah.
Then your microphone, you can actually bump it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. So when I share, I don't need to share.
Oh, it's okay now. It's okay now. It's loud enough. Yeah.
Input volume. It's okay.
Yeah, don't do auto. If you do auto, you cannot. You click the auto click away.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
saw
you turn.
auto
You untick the automatically adjust microphone.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, untick.
Yeah. Oh, you are seeing me.
Yeah, we're seeing a screen. Yeah, okay, now you're fine.
Yeah.
You can talk now.
Okay, sorry.
Now very
better.
good. Very good. Yeah, very good.
So, yep, showing you how I did my accountability report, because I'm supposed for people who are participating on the 90 days fast track, we are required to do it every Monday latest. But I started doing it by myself, actually, because by doing it, it helps me to know and be aware of how I'm doing for this business. So first, you go to your back office, your unfranchised business account, and then you go to your organization, then you go to report. So usually you go to management to see a lot of different reports, okay? But for weekly accountability, you go there. Okay, so they have request and submittal, and when you are sending your accountability report to your team member, you click on submittal. Then you will type whoever you want to send to. For myself, I usually send it to myself, yeah, so that I know I definitely get a report, although they say there is a copy, but I still put my email, and you will type the email for, of your teammates.
Now, if I can just add to that, Judy, with everyone that is doing the 90-day fast track, I'm your team leader, and of course Ken for your teammates as well. If you want to add yourself, Ken and myself, if you like, because especially for me, I need to actually put all of your reports into one to send to Kylie for accountability. So make sure you add to my email, which I put in our 90-day fast track group already.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Thank you, Judy.
Yourself, and then Kitty's, Ken's email. You check it, and then the week ending. So today is the 5th. So you will choose the week ending is last Friday. Okay. So, so these are the activities that we will be doing weekly minimums. Of course, you can do more than that. So for the first one, listen to one audio video. Yeah, you can just put one of the good ones that you learned, and you can put what you have learned because you, like the idea is, yes, you do the report, but you're not doing it for the sake of doing it. Reporting to someone, you want to use it so that you can share with your teammates as well.
That's a good point. But if I can just add that, Judy, with this 90 day, every week, I think Kevin Bachman actually nominates one video. So it's different from other campaign where like this week is Elizabeth Weber's ABC 123. So Kylie has sent an email to all of us. Don't know whether you all received it. So instead of choosing whatever video that you will be watching, you would choose the one that they nominate. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, when you are doing next week's, perhaps if you are unaware of which one is the nominated video, like me, I just find out now.
Okay. Yeah,
then you can just ask in your group, okay?
Yeah.
So that
But we didn't get Kelly email.
It's in the 90-day fast track WhatsApp group, as well as an email from Kylie Leeson.
I know you sent it on the fast track group, but I thought it's a wrong video.
No, it's the right video. It's the ABC 123 Elizabeth Weber. And the one that I basically just follow instruction myself because I'm doing the fast track as well. So I didn't nominate that because every time these 12 weeks, they want to make it systematic that everyone, if they were to watch one video, that would be the nominated one. Of course, I watch one video a day. But this will be the one that I will be reporting. So every single one of you who are in the 90-day, if you can go back to your email and just type up the top Kylie Leeson.
No, I got it on the group, but email for sure I didn't get her email. I don't know whether which email she sent to. My email only got 4 email, I can check. I separate got 1 email for onlyshop.com.
The one that you okay. I'll talk to you later on about yours. But what about Judy and Ken and Teresa? Did you receive the email from?
we can check it later.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure we're all doing the 90-day.
That, yeah. If not, if we find out a lot of us couldn't find it, then maybe just a heads up.
I'll need to tell
during the week. Yeah, because we share a lot of things in our group anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so for people who are not participating the 90 days fast track, I'm sure you will be, you got a lot of video and audio maybe shared in our UFO University Facebook group. Yeah, you can watch those and put it, okay? So that is only for people who are on the 90 days fast track. Okay, and then you write down what you learned, read your goal statement, review dream board once a day. Okay, you click yes, okay. Call or contact one possibility from name list per day, evaluate products. So 7 calls per week, okay. So yeah, so when I was doing it, it's like a reminder because if I didn't do it, I click no, I'm not going to get punishment. But it's like, oh, I know I will be trying to do more, okay. And add 10 names on possibility list. Okay, and perhaps, last week I forgot, so only 2 names, so that's okay. Just be honest and use it to remind ourselves. Conduct trial size marketing 2 times per week. Yeah, so we'll be talking about how to prepare our trial size sample. Sold 1 product to a new customer. I'm sure a lot of new UFO will be experiencing that in the coming months, okay? And 1 new product from an existing customer. Yeah, Kevin Bachman was saying that, please be honest. If your existing customer is buying the same product, don't put yes, okay? You try to introduce them to a good new product, okay? Then you will click yes, okay? And conduct 2 trial runs and follow-up meetings. These will be the meetings after you have got guests going to number 7, the business plan, like the evaluation, part 1, part 2 evaluation. So let's say, last week I invited Judy. Okay, on the Tuesday, you put the dates, and then usually the outcome will be either go to part 2 plan, okay, or go to part 1 again, or you just need to follow up. And then let's say I follow her up, and then Judy, and you follow up, and what will be the outcome? Usually, like people who listen to it once will not automatically become a new partner. Okay, they may ask you a lot of questions, so you can say, oh, maybe invite to Q&A, or sometimes they will become your preferred customer. Okay, preferred customer or whatever, or you want to give her some sample to try. Okay, so you just put whatever outcome that is relevant. Okay, and number 8, attended or conducted a coring. So HBP, UBP, I'm not sure whether HBP is the part 1, part 2 counted.
Yes.
That's HBP.
Definitely,
Okay, yeah.
definitely.
Or coring. So let's say Charmaine host a tea party on Sunday is part of the coring, because it's talking about the product. And Wednesday 101, if you are considering hosting it or co-hosting, that is a coring as well. And of course, our Wednesdays are coring. Okay. And number 9, attended 1 GMTSS events. So they are the official one, okay? The Market Australia, UBP, or other country as well. So when you attend the new unfranchised owner training, the basic 5, the ECCT is the executive coordinator training, okay? For those who achieved the 5,000, I think, or for those who want to learn. Yeah, I haven't achieved it, but I went to that before because I want to understand the company policy.
Yeah. Actually, we normally recommend after you receive your first check, like 1,000 to 1,000, to start doing that so that you can prepare to be an executive coordinator. So a good idea to start early, like you did, Judy and Ken. Yeah, so good. It's a good idea.
LS is local seminar. So our local seminar will be postponed to November. And DC is, what is DC?
DC is like a district meeting, so which we don't have normally in US only, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay, ignore it. Okay, so the first 4, 5 will be the one that we will be attending. All right, so part A is all those things that you will be doing per weekly. All right, so aim for that. If you haven't done it, that's okay. Just aim for it. And then part 2 is the progress report. Okay, this part is interesting because I spent a bit of time learning how to do it correctly. So number 1, total personally sponsored UFO. Okay, so last week, did you sponsor a new partner? So if usually will be, no, I shouldn't say that. Like for me, usually it's 0. Okay, so if you sponsor a new partner, it will be 1, like whatever number, okay? And this one, number 2, total team sponsored UFO, you speak to your team. Okay, you communicate. So although I sponsor 0, so but maybe my team right now is I'm doing it with Kitty and Ken. Okay, it says team is defined as those people who are participating regardless of lines of sponsorship. So whoever team you're doing, doesn't matter if they are doing it under your same leg. Okay, just ask them. Communication. Okay, for people who are trying to do it without forming a team, ignore number 2, okay? So when I did it myself, I don't do number 2. I just put, yeah, just like that, okay? And then number 3, this one, you may want to open another browser of your unfranchised back office to check. The way to check it is total GBV for selected BDC will be, what you do is you open another one. Then you go to your organization and you go to reports. So there are a lot of reports you can explore in your future. And you go to your sales volume and detailed sales report. So you can check how many people and also Now they have got the end date and accrual start date. So what you do is you click your end date to the second, because you're trying to mention about what you and your team has achieved that week. So the start date would be the Saturday before your end date. Okay. And after that, you can just click get report for both legs, then you will see. Okay, so I show you mine. Taking a while, so I think. Oh, all right. So yeah, region, okay, Australia, Malaysia. I don't have Malaysia customer, but how come? You will see, because it's people under your same leg, okay? It contributes, okay? So for me, my BV on the left is 961. My BV on the right is 0, because I actually haven't activated yet. Okay, so 961 and 0. So I go back and I put a 961 and 0. Okay,
Judy,
and
Judy,
you
that's
put
just the 1 week, right, Judy? That one, right?
that's right.
It's just
That's
that
right.
1 week
Okay,
that
yep.
when we report is week by week of the 12 weeks. So it's from the Saturday to the Friday of the previous week that you will be reporting. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 1 week, yeah.
So
And
it's
then
fine.
personally register PC, how you can check it, or you can check it in many ways. You can go back and look at the front page, how many new customers. Or sometimes if you said it, it will be sent to your mobile phone, and then you just write down how many. And you can ask your team how many new registered preferred customer they have got. Then you put it for you. So that week I got 1, because I got it after the Wellness 101, and she waits until the Sunday to register and order some products. So that's pretty good. Team, I remember I didn't communicate with Ken and Kitty, but Kitty sent her report already. So I just cheat, and I saw she put 4, so I just think it must be 4, then she must have checked it. And then new personal product.
Oh, sorry, Judy, I think I have to clarify this one, because this is actually a team, what do we call, accountability report. When we are doing it individually, only let's say in this team, I'm the team leader, I need to do the group one. You don't have to do your group one, so just do your personal.
Oh, okay.
Group will be
okay.
personal. Yeah. Because otherwise, Kylie was saying that will be a bit confusing, because like they don't know whether, yeah. It'll be like 4 + 4. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, so for you, if you are not in a group, like what Kitty mentioned, it will be nothing. Okay,
You can just put
cross.
1, because you have 1, right? Total person.
Oh, yeah. So for me, it's still 1. Okay.
You still 1, that's right. So just do your 1 as the team. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Just duplicate, like you're saying.
Just duplicate, that's it. Yes.
Oh, yeah, because it's required. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Number 6, total new personal product sales. How can you calculate? Well, you can go back to the page where you find your sales. Remember, you go to my organization, go to management, seeing many reports. You go to here, you look at BV, then you remember. Okay. And I said it, so when you watch it, you will remember what I did. Go back to September. So pick Saturday and the BV report for the week, okay? And all right, so it got a long list. Of course, it's not me creating the 961. And you go and check your name. So I got this one myself, and Kelly is my new customer. Although I put it under my business partner name, so you can go to paying name to see how many you personally got. And here you can see I got 70. Oh, because I've ordered the TLS kits, and my customer ordered 61.5, so it's 131.5. Okay,
Yep.
So, 131.5, that's your personal product sales. So Kitty, I want to ask, what about number 7? Do I?
Team is the same as your personal in this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Every single one of you, yeah, except me, then I will calculate every one of yours. So I can't actually, yeah.
Oh, I get it. Okay. So 4 and 5 is the same. 6 and 7 is the same.
That's right. Yeah.
And finally, total team attendance. So you count for yourself if you have attended a UBP, local seminar, or ignore that one, district. Okay, that will be it. Okay, so the number is yourself. So it must be one location. If it has been on the online, so you can just put a Zoom webinar or whatever. Okay, and then the type you would choose it. You just pick the one that suits. Okay. Some people may be looking at doing training, so it's not just the UBP. Okay, so for example, let's say if Ken is going to do motives one-to-one training.
Yay!
That's my life goal.
Makeup artist.
Yeah, and then the dates, that's all. Question and comments are really good. I highly recommend. The reason I keep using it is because the Market Australia operation team will be looking at it. And sometimes you can put remarks. So for example, I put my remarks just to cheer myself up. For part A, question 5, I just write down, I got a new order from new customer. From something, you can use it to notify your teammates, okay? But sometimes if you put a question, if you got a question you really want to ask, you don't need to keep bothering your team members. You can ask, you can let the Market Australia operation team to know. So questions like, I don't know, you just whatever question. I remember asking some technical question. What are the questions that I asked before, Kitty? Suddenly I just, and Kylie or the team will be responding really well. So for example, my customer hasn't got products yet. What can I do to track? So,
Yeah.
So questions like that, they will answer you. Yeah, so anything, okay, anything, and they will answer you. If they cannot answer you, they will tell you, okay? So they're really friendly, okay? They're not they are very friendly, and will help you through. And then afterward, you will send your report. So that's it. So that's the way to do it. Okay?
Yeah. So thank you, Judy. That's very clear, very, very clear. So everyone remember when you're doing the 90-day the fast track, and even when you're not, like I know Stephen you're not, but if you want to, you can always do it as well. You can do it and send it to, let's say, Teresa and Ken. So it's not part of 90 day, but it's still an accountability where you personally can be reporting what you've done, and all that is really helpful. So that's really good. Thank you, Judy. Really, really wonderful.
Welcome.
So, yeah. So Ken, if you can do your
Okay.
trial size training. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So this is, you really do want to pay attention with this. I hope. I mean, not that you didn't pay attention with Judy, but see, this is what I hope you get from this is, at the end of this training, you'd be able to figure out how to actually do a bit more retailing, right? This part here is the continuation of Phil Guido's trial size marketing. So I just want to know who hasn't watched the Phil Guido trial size marketing. Hands up. Teresa, have you watched that? The original one? No? Cammy, have you watched the Phil Guido one?
Is it the
Fang
super
Fang?
long one?
Super long.
It's
Quite
like
long. It's Phil Guido.
40 minutes.
The first
Yeah.
one that you sent to me, one?
I think so. Yeah.
The same guy who the
Yeah.
pharmacist guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So brief recap, like 1 minute. The whole idea of his trial size marketing is you have 3 daily essential kits. So he uses the DEK, and then you put it in a pouch, right? You have the isotonics brochure, and you hand it off to someone, and you say, hey, do you mind doing a quick survey for me, right? So here are some free samples. Then you have a quick explanation. This is isotonics, right? Blah, blah, blah. and then you set it up like a survey and say, hey, at the end of 3 days, like, why don't you try this? Just help me, do me a favor, right? You're helping me out to do a survey, and then at the end of the survey, I will call you. Okay, so my specific training here is gonna only make sense if you watch Phil Guido's one. So this is what happens during the call, and I'm gonna wrap it up hopefully a bit quicker. So I'm gonna rehash some training that I did in a coring some time ago, but I won't go through everything. So what I'm going to go through, all right, is this. Okay. So this was the training. I said closing the deal. Why? Because at the end of the trial size marketing, we've got to get the sale. Okay. And I want to go through some key principles. And then what I want to do is go through the questions that I actually asked when I'm on the phone with the person. And then we won't be able to go through everything, but generally the process that I follow to take the order. So full disclaimer as well. I mean, now in COVID, I found it a bit tricky with the timing of how to do this, but I've still got 1 or 2 sales like this. So it still works, but maybe with a little bit of
Just butt
adjustment.
in really quickly. I really like the idea of Teresa. She's actually going to be handing the trial size to her neighbors. So that is a great way of doing it because you don't have to mail it. I'm planning to start doing that because my neighbors, I haven't been in touch for a while. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The good thing about this, right, Teresa, is when you hand it, you know when they get it. The
Exactly.
problem that, like with COVID, my difficulty now is I actually don't know when they receive it. That's the only tricky thing because I send in a mail, right? But you can still take this process through. Okay, so I want to go through a few psychology pieces, right? I won't go through that. I want to go through a few psychology pieces. You all can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
And then from the psychology, I'll go into what we actually do on the call. Now, the first thing is when we make the phone call, remember you are setting it up like a survey, okay? And when you do a survey, right, the key thing is you're taking questions and responses, right? You're gonna ask a few questions, and we'll go through that, and then you get the responses, right? Actually, the responses I get are really good feedback because it actually helps me to adjust the method. So I'll tell you a few sort of exciting things, well, a few changes lah, not exciting, a few changes I'm just gonna try and tweak. The first one is this nugget I want to call, there's about 7 or 8 I want to share. First is the 20-40-40 principle. So 20% will always be really, really hot. Like you almost can't say anything wrong, right? And this is where when you say in training, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. 20%, they are like ready for the product already. They've tried it, they have a need. Like it's very hard to stuff up. So you will be able to close the deal, okay? The last 40%, right? You're not going to be able to change their minds, right? These are the ones, and I will give you some hints when we do the questions in the survey, how you can sort of tell whether or not, what's your chance of closing the sale, right? This 40% are the ones who are like skeptical about vitamins. They just like don't believe in product, they're like complain about, like supplements are a waste of time and all that. You're almost not going to make those sales. So what I'm showing you here will work on that middle 40%. The ones who are not sure, the ones who are like, I think this product is going to be good. I feel I want to try it, but maybe it's expensive and they have questions and all that. Okay. So this is where this process works. Okay. Now the second thing is there's going to be a bit of a script. I only, in the Trello group that we are all together, Judy, I might actually add you. There's a Trello group, Trello board I have that I actually used to outline for my team the all the events and all, and I put some scripts and some questions and all that. So I will message you later lah in the Wellness 101 group, right? But anyway, there's a script that I follow, okay? And I always start with a script and then you slowly tweak it to suit your style, okay? Now, the third one is, I don't even remember what this number means. But the third thing I'm going to say is we got to get comfortable with no. The reality is, even with this, and it takes a little bit of practice, right? the closing rate we're looking at is if you get 1 in 2 sales, is pretty good already, right? It's really good already. If you get 1 in 3, you're like at least break even with your daily essentials kit, right? And you probably hit some profit as well. Okay, so think of it this way. The daily essential kit, the sachets, you get 30, right? So that's 10 sets of 3. If you get out of that 10, three buying decisions, okay? Typically one of those will be a daily essentials kit, right? That will be like $70 of profit. Then the other 2, one might be an OPC, and one might be OPC plus multivite, right? You will about break even, right? 110, 120 profit. But already think of it, the BV you can generate from that, one will be already like 150 or so. And this, remember, every customer you get, typically 1 in 2, if we take them through the process and if we sort of communicate with them quite regularly, they will 1 in 2 will be like a regular recurring customer, right? So you can use these numbers to figure out what's your retail goal and then how many customers you actually need to do and how many trial size packs, okay? So I would say to just when you're starting out, 2, and even for me, my goal is like 3 out of 10 trial size packs, if done correctly, should convert into some kind of sale, right? And of course, sometimes you'll get less sales, right? It's okay. One person might just buy OPC or multivite. Sometimes you might get all three buy daily essentials kit or so, right? But 3 out of 10 is a good ratio. Just get used to most of them say, nah, it's okay, no, I'm not. And that's fine, okay? And I'll show you later when I take the sale, how you can get, how you can make it easy for your own self to receive a no, right? If you're not comfortable with that, okay? The fourth thing is when we close on the phone, right? You actually want to ask for the order. You have to, right? You cannot just leave it hanging. So there is a one key line in my script. I said, hey, you've got this problem or you've got this, etc. Or like, isn't this something, is there any reason you wouldn't want to try this now and then see the benefits for yourself, right? We can get this done in like 5 minutes. All I need is a credit card, right? Just that line, that is the question. And then that's when you can either start with objection handling or you'll be quite pleasantly surprised when you ask that question, someone will be like, hey, yeah, I'd love to, right? And then that's when you take the order. Okay, but we got to ask in the right way. Okay, now another nugget is I'll just go straight to 6. Okay, as a closer, and I use the word closer in the sense of like we get the sort of outcome that we want, right? Remember, someone who's not going to buy is never going to buy, right? Someone who's definitely going to buy will buy. That's the 20%, right? The 40% won't buy, the 20% will definitely buy. We're talking about the 40% in the middle, right? We want to help them so that they know they can actually move and pass their fears, okay, and then actually make a purchasing decision. Because when we do phone sales, the psychology is really, really important. And one key part for me is the psychology of selling is this. I always think if this person, I know they have a health problem. Like typically people who don't have a health problem are perfectly fine with health or are skeptical about supplements. I would say it's very, very hard to get a sale from them. Okay. And I'm not going to force them. But the ones who have a problem, who have a health condition, right? They are the ones. Right? I know that if I can get daily essentials kit to them for 90 days, I know the product is going to help them. Yes, it's going to cost them some money, but what they're going to get from a benefit is much greater. So when you put yourself in that mindset, right, you are going to be ready to take that sale, right? Because you know that, yes, I am getting compensated for my efforts, but actually when I have the product in their hands and they use it, straight away, right, they're going to have better health. Okay, so that psychology is really important. So your job is to help solve their problems, give them confidence in the product so that when you're on the phone, you can actually take that transaction, right? And after a while, it will feel very strange at the start, but after a while, we will get really comfortable with taking the order, okay? And there's no need to push, there's no need to like force the sale, right? We're just helping them along the way. Okay. Now, nugget 7. I'll give you guys the slides this so we don't go through everything. The 6 principles of persuasion. When we're on a sale on a phone, we're persuading them. Reciprocity is I've given them a free sample. So in a sense, psychologically, they feel indebted to me, all right? A little bit. It's not manipulation, it's just a principle in life, right? Likability, they've got to like you. Authority. Authority means we actually appeal to someone apart from ourselves. And this is why we do the video. Because the video, when we send to them, it's not our opinion, it's not like Kitty's opinion, it's someone else's, a professional's opinion, yeah? Social proof. Social proof is where they might say, I wonder how many people have done this before, right? So actually, one thing I'm changing, and Kitty, with my brochure that I send them now, I'm thinking I'm going to actually print out some reviews. We'll see if I can make this up. Yeah, testimonials, exactly. Testimonials and reviews. I want to actually print that as one of the sheets that I send them as well. I feel like this is a missing piece, even for me, in doing it a few times. Scarcity. Because when people think that, okay, either a discount is limited time or there's only so many of a particular product, the likelihood of buying is higher, right? It's just like Ushis, like those Ushis in Safeway and in Woolworths now. Like people are going crazy because there's only so few, right? And then finally, consistency. So this is also very important, right? The messaging has to be the same right from the start at the survey when we give the pack to the person, all the way to the end when we take the sale. If we start as a survey, we've got to end as a survey, right? And then we take the sale, right? So
Can I quickly add something, Ken?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know whether you guys have seen one of the latest blog from Doreen Ling, who is by far in Australia one of the best retailers. And she said to us, every single one of us as unfranchised owners should actually go to our shop.com, au.shop.com/Ken Fong or, Juju. It's important to write our own review.
Yeah.
I've started doing that since I think, like whether it's the 30-day jumpstart, whether it's the trim tea, whatever it is, global and local, because you write it as the customer's point of view, how it benefits you. When people go into your website, it doesn't matter whether it's yours or others, it will be listed as review. There's 0 reviews, people say, well, this product is not working. But more review, whether it's yours or your customers. I started even inviting people like Brian and others who are not even in the business as customers to write review. It will be better. So I would encourage all of you here to do as much as possible. When you get a good, Ken, your OBC3 review is the best. Just put put it there, and it will definitely help the whole field and each of us. Yeah.
Okay, no, so good. And the final piece before I go into the question, the process is if we cannot answer these questions in the mind of the customer, the sale does not happen. Okay, sorry. So there's 3 questions we must make sure we can answer, right, through our conversation. Why change? Because it's very hard to change. Change is difficult, yeah. So we need to give a very good, compelling reason for change. Why now? Because you'll get a lot of okay, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Like as soon as you say that, like the sale is just not going to happen, right? Generally, except in my case, there was one that actually did happen, but I think it's very different scenario. And the third is why me? Why you? Right? Why this product? So we got to say why they have to change, which is actually make the purchase. Why now? How to create the urgency, and why this product? Like why OPC3 and not something else you can find in Chemist Warehouse? Okay, so that's just the psychology of pieces, right? What I'm going to do is just go through. So I've put this up on our Trello board now, and this one here actually, trial size marketing. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you generally the process, and then I'll be done already in 5 minutes. So these are the questions I asked. So I said, hey, okay, thanks so much for doing this. They've gone through 3 days of the packet. They've got drip feed a few videos on isotonic, so they actually now they are more educated. They have a good brochure in front of them, right? They have something else to add is to make sure we have the ingredient list. That one comes up quite a lot. What's the ingredients in your products? And then also maybe the reviews. So they've got that pack in the mail, for example. They've seen the videos. So, okay, they are educated already in that sense. Now, this is what I ask. I say on a scale of, and to be honest, just try and just see what works for you. Okay, I say on a scale of 1 to 5, how highly would you value your health? I want to make them commit to a number, right? If it's 1, then straight away I'm thinking maybe it's not so good. But if it's like 4 or 5, because they always want to give you a higher number, they want to impress you, right? There's a psychological part to this as well. When they say a high number, now they have to be consistent with their own word. Okay, so, and of course they want to say a high number. So this is really, really powerful. Okay, when they say 5, okay, cool. Now we have to make them be true to their own word because they say they value their health. Okay, this is information we can use. Number 2 is, what are some habits that you do each day to look after your health, right? So this one here is me just getting more information. I want to see, do they take supplements? If they take supplements, actually it's probably an easier conversation. If they don't take supplements, it's okay still. Doesn't mean they won't, right? But you have to adjust how we carry the conversation a bit. Number 3, do you take the product each day, right? We want to know because you should expect a yes. If it's a no, then probably you might want to pause it, take 1 more day, and then after that take it, do the survey the next day. Just say like I can only do the survey after like you take it for 3 days. This one, question 3, actually, you can text first before you make the phone call, right? But part of the reason I have number 3 here is to get another yes. I need to get a few yeses. I need to get some agreement between my friend, my customer, and myself, right? The more yeses you get, the easier it is going to be to close the sale at the end, right? So number 4, how quick and easy was the product to take? Yes, very easy, right? You can ask them scale 1 to 5, whatever. Very easy, right? And then the other thing is, this should be a separate question, but do you read the brochure? Yes, okay. How clear was the brochure in explaining the isotonics advantage? So this one here is information for you because you want to find out what they actually told you, right? What they learned. If they never learned anything, once again, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, might be a little bit difficult, right? But if they come out and say, oh yeah, the isotonics advantage, right? It's better than pills, it's better than da. So you got, okay, in your mind, they got it, yeah? Did you watch the video? Yes, right? This one again, you can do in a text before. Just make sure they actually watch the video, right? I just want to get another yes, yeah? How effective was the video in explaining the isotonics advantage? Okay, so this one here is the part where I always, it's a bit tricky for me with the video because I do get, in Phil Guido, he says send the Daily Essential Kit video. I have, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's an Australian thing, they get quite negative about the video and I seem to get more negative feedback than positive. So one thing I'm going to try is rather than the Daily Essentials Kit video, I want to shorten, this is my side project, I want to shorten the Deidre Mason video talking about Isotonics, the brand you can trust. So I want to shorten it so that maybe it's like 3 times 3 minute videos, 9 minutes altogether for 3 days. Day 1, you send the first part. Day 2, you send the second part. Day 3 of the trial, you send the third part, okay? So, but I want them to watch the video and get the content. This is part of the customer education, okay? Now, what would you like to see more of in the video? This one is optional, I think. I don't think this is very important, but I can probably remove this. You choose. Key take home, very important, right? Key take home messages. I want to know what resonated with them because this is information. As soon as I know what's important to them, the part after question 14, I will change the conversation that way, okay? Number, do you take any of the home points resonate with you in particular? This one's quite a good one. I think I'm using this a lot more. Question 10, because then you can see the personal pain, right? When you have a personal pain, that gives you more information to work with as well. Number 11, what benefits do you experience in the 3 days taking the isotonics packs? This one is really important, okay? If there's 2 ways to go this, and this one you have to really jump on it quite quickly. If they say yes, effective, the response you go is, wow, that's amazing. That's just 3 days. Can you imagine what 90 days is going to do for you? That's going to be incredible, okay? If they say no, then you can say, oh, well, that's totally normal and to be expected, right? Because supplements take time to work. It's not like medication, right? But your body, in Kitty's example, is like air, right? You're already breathing. You can't feel it straight away, but it's already working in you, right? So this one here, there's 2 ways to go. Then 12, 13, I combine these two. I say, what health concerns do you have? How long have you had them for, right? And then this one will expose a little bit more pain, more information for you, okay? 13, you can just ask them to elaborate. Tell me more about that challenge. 14, what were the positive benefits? Oops, sorry, this is a repeat. Sorry. So anyway, so this at the end of the 13 questions, okay, what you don't see here is the full script. The script will say then, okay, hey, that's great, if depending on what the answers are, if they got some benefits, it's like 3 days. Wow. Can you imagine what 90 days will do for you? Like, is that a good reason you wouldn't want to try this and just like transform your house straight away? It's only going to take 3 minutes to take the order, right? All I need is a credit card and we can do that and you can get started right away and see the benefits. That's how I close the sale. Right? And then you might go into objections and it's okay. Objection handling, that's another phase. But at least I want to say, ask the question to take the sale. Now, let's assume, just to close off this part, when you take the sale, right? And they say, yeah, why don't I try it? Okay. What I do in the background, right, is I already have my au.shop.com/Kenfang, right? I already have set up, sign up a new customer sort of thing, right? I'm already registering as a preferred customer. I have a very simple password I use, generic one, right? And then what happens is I'm taking the order. I'm processing the order, the thing that they want in the background. All right. So then what will happen is I'll actually ask them, hey, have you got a credit card? I can just like finish the transaction in 2 minutes. I'll take the credit card. I'll actually finish the sale, right? And then it's done. And then it's done. I will say, hey, I created a new customer account for you. I use your email. This is the password. Why don't you go in and change the password? And the product will arrive at your door in like 3 days, So that's sort of the full process to go through. Right? You start. It's just to recap. You start off. They actually get this three packet, the sachet with some brochures and all that with information. They go through day 1, right? You drip feed some video up. They go through day 2. You drip feed some more video. Day 3, more video, right? Day 3, you want to do it on day 3, ideally. All right. Take the call, right? Say, hey, I've got these survey questions, and they would expect it because you already said it's a survey. So it's not weird to ask these questions. When you ask the question, right? Just go through it, right? Just go through it. And a lot of it is just going to give you information. And then when you have the information specifically for the person you're trying to help there, you decide how you use it, right? But it's very powerful. By the time you go through question 13, you get to know a lot about the person, right? And if there's a pain, you want to lean into the pain a little bit and see how you can help the problem, yeah? Or if there's a benefit that they are already feeling, you want to like talk up the benefit a lot more, right? So hopefully by the time you finish the questions, they're already thinking, yeah, you know what? There's nothing to lose, right? There's nothing to lose. Why would they want to try it? There's nothing to lose. That's also another thing. Okay. Last thing I'll say. Oh, sorry, I should have said this earlier. Last thing I'll say, when I ask the question, I actually now I'm doing this. I give them a way out, right? You can try this and see what works, what doesn't work. I always say, hey, that like don't feel like you have to, right? So this is an important part. Sorry, don't feel like you have to, but is there any reason you wouldn't want to, place an order, try it for 90 days, and then see the benefits right away? I found that actually, don't feel like you have to. Just that words actually gives them a way out already, right? Because they are already, sometimes they can feel a bit defensive already. But if you say that, you lower the guard already, right? And then you find that, okay, yeah, I don't have to, but I guess this is now my decision. I can make it, right? So they don't feel like you're forcing them into the buying thing. I never want to make them feel that way. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay, right? But at least you've tried. So I think that's it lah, Kitty. I think otherwise it will go too long. I also took up my time as well. So anyway, that's my little bit of training.
Right, thank you.
Hopefully that helped.
Yeah, in fact, Ken has a long one that he's done. I've got the recording if you want to watch, but this itself is just pure gold. I tell you that because I've been doing trial size previously without Ken's training, and after his training, I've got so much better result. One thing I would suggest is I really like this, and a lot of my customers like this too. I buy this from Kohl's. They have this like $2 for 10 of these. It's quite cute, you know. I mean, of course, if we can wait till the US one, that will be even better. So what I do, I just put 3 of this in. I'm actually starting another campaign this week as well. I've already sent out 13 last week. So put it in, and then you just print out, you know, that paper and then put it in. I know, Ken, you use A4, yeah? You use an A4 and you just put it in there.
I used to use this, Kitty, actually, when it was physical, but now I have to use an envelope. Yeah.
Envelope, yeah. So I still use this and I put it into an envelope, seal like that.
Look at me.
Can I ask the paper that you put in? What paper is that? The question paper?
Yeah, so in the past, I only put, there's in the back office, you look for daily essentials kit. There's this one here. Hang on.
Yeah, that's the one. It's actually in the back office. I can attach it in to the 90-day fast track.
Information, basically.
But actually, I find that
you need that to give people information. Yeah,
but not a questionnaire, right?
No. The survey is actually when you get on the phone. Yeah.
You can't do questionnaire like just send to them, huh?
Yeah.
But you give them the, okay, so for example, a kitty you put in this bag and then you put the isotonic information. But do you have, because I think when you do in person, you can talk to the person. You say, hey, this is a survey and everything, right?
No. It's not, this is a survey. You don't do survey in paper. You actually do what Ken did.
No. What I mean is like you ask them to participate in this. So ask them to do a trial, right? But you need to tell them what you're doing, right? So what I'm saying is like, if you're posting it out, do you get, let's say I random post people.
No, don't do that.
Okay. So sorry. Yeah, actually, maybe that's an important question because now it's a bit hard. Last time I just used to bump into people and then I asked them to help me with a survey.
Yep.
Now it's a bit it's a bit tricky. So what I do is
doesn't ask me to give strangers. Stranger means someone you do not know.
Strangers a bit hard. Yeah, I think
this one. Yeah, no. I mean in Singapore they do it in Orchard Road and with good results. But if you still have warm market, like you've got 100 people that you've all done in your possibility list, don't do cold yet. I wouldn't think.
No, please don't go cold. It will cost you too much money. It's very practice. Yeah, please practice on like
because I was just thinking, if let's say a random one, for example, I got something in my mail, okay, and yes, this got product information, but it doesn't tell me what is going on. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, I thought you would put a letter to explain, like, hey, you know, I'm who I'm doing this. You know, then it makes sense. But if it's not just a pack with a product information,
no.
For me, I won't know what it means.
Yeah, you need someone who you can actually call, right? So it's someone you know. But actually, that's why the trial size actually works very well with a few things. Number one, when you have HPP, for example, right? So then like first look, second look. And I actually haven't been doing this as much. Like now I'm gonna get back into it. But first look, second look, when you do that, it's quite good. You can follow up with the trial size marketing and say, hey, by the way, you know, the company, you know, I've got some samples. Or after a Wellness 101 event, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah, then straight away you can just take them into a trial run. Right before you close the sale, so you can decide you know, if they're really hot, just take the sale. But if they're like maybe, then you can actually go through the trial size marketing. Yeah.
I'll give you a couple of my own examples. Last week I had Michael Jackson. Do you all remember him? And he had a Q&A with us, and he is actually a wellness consultant. When we chatted in a Q&A that was with Ken, we actually talked a little bit about the OPC3, and I said, well, I'm going to be sending you the Daily Essentials kit. So I sent it to him that afternoon, and he was really keen to try it out. So that is a classic example of someone after part 1, part 2, being willing to do the trial size, but you still have to, you know, get their permission to send to them like an address, right? And then the second example was yesterday after our tea party. I've got 2 guests. First one was Anne. Anne used to be my TLS client, and she stopped using the trim tea, but then after yesterday, she was a hot, like she just said, I wanted that, because we give them $30 discount for the 3 boxes. So she ordered, and I ordered it on Global with her. But the other one, Elf, he said, oh, sounds expensive and all that. And I say, okay, I'm going to be sending you a trial size of the 3 sticks of the trim tea. So then that is, like Ken said, you have to decide whether someone would be willing to actually get the product straight away. Then you order with them, which is, Ken, you didn't actually mention in your training just now, is you actually like to do it with them when you do the VIP, the registration of the preferred customer, which I found very helpful.
Oh yeah.
Say that. Can you share with people about what you
So
helped
it's
me
like,
a lot. Yeah.
So I mean, like maybe I wasn't clear, but when I'm on the phone, let's say they actually want to do they actually want to say, okay, yep, let's go ahead and purchase it. I will go to, like I said, I will go to my au.shop.com/kenfong, right?
Yeah.
I will register them for a PC thing. You
Yeah.
know, I don't have to show them.
No.
Like I'm on the phone, right?
Yes,
When I'm doing this, and I actually don't like Zoom as well. Right? When I close the sale, I actually call on mobile or whatever it is, right? And then in the background, I actually have my computer ready, right? And I'm at au.shop.com, and I'm doing all this in the background while I'm talking to them on the phone, right? So I actually register them for an account. It'll pop up there, hi, you're John or something like that, right?
Yep.
And then from that, I will actually place the order there. I will check out, right?
Yeah.
I will put credit card details. I get over the phone. Over the phone is not so bad, right? Because they know it's not recorded, right?
Yes.
Over
Yes.
the phone. So it's actually safer.
I've
Like
been
over
doing,
Zoom, even is a bit like, you know, but over the phone is also not so bad, right? Because yeah, so it's actually in a strange way psychologically, I think they feel it's safer.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's a lot of things like in there,
A
right?
lot of little things like that Ken has a lot of really good wisdom, because I tell you, I used to just say, oh, sign up on my website, and just like what he said, if
It
it's
won't
now
happen, yeah.
or they will just keep delaying. Then you're,
Yeah.
you know, like they, after an event like Wellness 101, I can tell you since July, Judy, Ken and I have been doing it. I realized that people, if I don't call them even that night or the day after, even when they were like very interested, just keep on delaying, and it will take maybe 2 weeks even to get the sale. Whereas if I call them the next day and do all this, follow the script or whatever, and they can just order. So that these are some of these little things that, of course, most of you that are new may need a little bit of practice, but you will find that there is a percentage. I love what Ken said, you know, don't be afraid of no, there's always a percentage. So that's why I actually sent a feedback to Kylie to give to Kevin why he wanted us to do cold. I don't know why, there must be a reason, so I want to find out. But for us, I would say in our team, I would recommend, because we all have 100 names already when we started this 90 days. And out of those 100 names, you have, you know, FORM HD or STEAM HD, those with H or those that need to be healthy or lose weight, then you can use the Daily Essentials kits or the trim tea as your sample. And of course, if you don't want to wait for that long for US to send it, because it will take about 10 days to 2 weeks, then seriously, the pure collagen is available in 2 days in Australia. It's a good one. I've heard of people in Auntie Anne's group has started using pure collagen as trial size, works really well. So anyway, so thank you, Ken. Really, really appreciate your
Okay, no problem.
wisdom there. I think, you know, if you can go back to watch Ken training before you actually start on your campaign, you know, the goal is, if you go through Field Guido is 30 people in 30 days. So out of your 100 people, if you can find 30 people, it doesn't have to be 30 days, no pressure at all. But like if you can, within these 6 weeks of, this is not 6 weeks, this one's 90 days, yeah, 3 months. Just out of those 3 months, have 30 people out of your 100 people that you have hitched to send the daily essentials kits or the trim tea, then I think you would have at least 5 to 10 customers. And it's a good start, because I see a lot of you with your goal statement, you want in these 90 days have at least 5 to 10 customers. So even just doing this will help you, I'm sure, with the trial size. All right, so I'm going to be sharing a quick one regarding how you can all aim for setting a foundation to earn your $300 per month. Okay, so obviously, you know, for those of you who are new, the first thing that you need to develop would be customers. So what Ken shared would be very, very helpful with the trial size. So that's number one. Number two, I would highly recommend that you all attend our events that are product related. So things like the Wellness 101 that we have alternate Wednesday night, or the one that we did yesterday with the tea party, or, you know, our TLS overview. You will actually find that this will help you ascertain, you know, your goal of 10 to 15 customers regularly buying from you. So have a look at this. This is actually something that if you want to actually create an action plan to achieve your $300 per month, or at least the first $300, which is when you get activated with the first increment level of 1,200, 1,200. So if you have a look, number of weeks that we have with this, this already week 1 finished today, tomorrow is week 2. If you want to have an income goal of $300, then you will need a group business volume of 1,200 left and right. So what that means is that you would need to have 3 unfranchised owners doing 500 on your left, 3 unfranchised owners doing 500 BV on your right. Now, it seems like a lot, but of course, in the beginning, you start off with yourself, having those 10 customers, each of them buying about 40, 10 of them is already 400, and for your own 100, 150 is quite easily done, but of course it will take time. So depending on where you're at, some people, like, you know, may have already got some customers, then you can be quicker in reaching your 300 goal. But for the new people that are just started, I would even say, okay, maybe wait for another 6 months before you reach your $300 per month is still a good goal. So when you think about wanting to reach that, 6 people, right? So that means 6 on your left, 3 on your left, 3 on your right, 6 people. So if you want to have 6 people in your team, you will need to show as the percentage of 25%, 6 times 4 is 24 plans. So 24 plans means if you invite them to part 1, part 2 on Tuesday and Thursday, out of the 12 weeks we have, 2 plans per week, meaning 2 people that you expose them to the plan. So like Ken has a goal of 5 people. So for you, if you can have 2 or even 1 per week that you can introduce them to your part 1, part 2 every week, then in 6 months rather than 3 months, you will be able to reach that. Okay, so that is that action plan with the goals. And so the other thing I'd like to really quickly share with you is this one, the fast track, where first of all is yourself. If you can use 150 more than that per month of your personal BV, and if you have 10 customers, each about 35, if you have 10 customers, then it will be 350 business volume, then the production of your group will be 150 yourself plus your customer will be 500 BV per month. Then you'll be able to reach, the master UFO. So if you have a look at that, that's you up the top. And if you have 3 of your business partners also having 500 BV per month, on your right also 500 BV per month, then you will be able to get to what we were talking about, the $300 per month goal. So depending on where you're at, again, of course, if you're new, the very first thing is for you to start with your trial size to develop your first 5 to 10 customers, and then, introduce people to part 1, part 2. So that's all I wanted to share. Anything else?
One thing I will say, actually, now, I mean, like, it's been really strange, right? Definitely, we understand COVID situation.
Yep.
I feel like the retailing path now, like when I look back, say the last 2 months, I don't know, Kitty, what's your experience, but those Wellness 101 events, the TLS, right? And actually even the HPP, the first look, second look, they are, I think that's why I say, let's try to invite people to those, right? Why? Because actually one of my goals is to take people through like this cycle, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like the HPP, first look, second look. Then the next step I find is to do the trial size marketing or trial run all together, right?
Yes.
So actually, it's might be very hard if I find even now in this time, it's quite hard for your first approach to be the trial size marketing. But if the invitation has happened, and this is key, okay, that's why I'm starting to focus a lot more on the Wellness 101. If the invitation has happened and someone shows up for Wellness 101 or a first look or a second look, now you have, quote unquote, 1 foot in the door to start the trial size marketing. You know what I mean? Like, that's now like permission. Yeah. So it's like if I were to call someone and ask them to start on a trial size marketing, it's a bit hard. I also not
out
quite
of
sure
the
how
blue
to,
kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Like, I'm not quite sure how to even approach that just yet. I haven't done that yet, to be completely honest. So in the COVID time, my trial size marketing is a bit different. The event is the first thing. Yeah.
Depending on your audience, of course, like that's why I always say, go back to your 100 names list, the possibility list that you've started with the 90-day, because all of us have different target audience or people that we have with STEAM HD. So we focus on the H and the people that want to be, healthier or losing weight. I find, Ken, because of COVID, people are more open. I suppose because in my case, it's a little different because I always share about health like in my social media, right? And so people would want to know more about how can help them to improve the immunity. So when I've seen people that are sort of talking about health, I would sort of then private message them and say, well, I've got this trial size. I've got these samples that may help you. You can give it a try. So I have tried that. I've only started doing that last week because this was the first week of the 90 days because I want to make it every single week, at least 2. That was the goal, right? That they said. So I already had 3 last week. And I don't know. I mean, it's still early days. I've only just sent it.
Yeah, interesting. Are we interested to do that? Because for
I
me,
will share with you how I go.
Yeah,
but
I haven't tried that. Yeah.
I agree, Ken, because even with Carl Eklund's group, remember they were saying when Judy and you and I were sharing our retailing experience with Wellness 101, there was a lady, Nicole, who did really well with her tea sample as well as daily essentials.
Yeah, I remember that.
What she did was, before they did the tea party, they would send the trim tea, the immunity or the green tea already, not the immunity, I only just started, but the green tea to their upcoming people that are coming as a way to confirm their attendance.
Okay.
Do you remember that? I don't know whether you remember Carl's one we did last Tuesday. So I think that might work because like
maybe
with
beforehand.
Charmaine and I had a chat today. Charmaine's guest and my guest purchased straight away, like, those 3 boxes of trim tea. But my other guest was saying that it's expensive. So I sent the trial size of the trim tea this afternoon to him. Now, But having said that, people feel like after they've attended Wellness 101, after they've attended something fun like yesterday's, tea party, they are more educated. So it's no longer you or I trying to impose a product to them. They feel like, well, Wellness 101 is such a good way of helping people understand why our products are superior and that kind of thing. Then they will be more. So instead of like, okay, what I think I will do from now is basically go through, which we have to do anyway with the Wellness 101, go through the health survey. I make a point at least within the 48 hours to go back to my guests, because we normally just have 1 or 2 anyway, very easy to follow up, right? And say, okay, let's discuss your health survey, because we've actually made that a point that we will go back to them and discuss the health survey. So I do that, and I do that as a consultation myself, because I consult people with health. But even if you're not in the health industry, it's very simple for you to just say, let's go through the health survey. I mean, I know Ming Chow even did that, your mom, she told me. And it's a good thing to go through, because, after what they've recommended, and I've even had customers that they personally didn't need those things, but have their loved ones buy things. So that's also really good.
Yeah. But this, so I guess maybe the point to everyone here is also, and even me, I'm learning quite a lot of new things here. It's interesting.
Yeah,
This,
I'm learning from you too.
like like we can, like it's not one or the other, right? Like one leads
everyone's
to
different.
the other. I think that's the key. Like that's why the Wellness 101, if you get someone there, like for me, I'm gonna have a few people. That's a really perfect candidate to do, because there's education on one side already.
Exactly.
Now you have product in your hand, and like even for me, just using the product, I don't think I would have used the product if I didn't get the trial size packs.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
yeah, same thing.
Yeah, that's how you became a customer. And Judy also came to Wellness 101 and became a customer and partner. And so it's very much something that is, I even now feel the Zoom Wellness 101 is much better than I've done 2 years before, big group in a house, like face-to-face. Now when we do it like 1 or 2 guests, very simple, Jackie Blasco's online, I find that's even more intimate and better. So for our new partners, like Stephen, like Teresa and Cami, I recommend that you also come along. Even if you don't have guests, come and learn. It's a good way to duplicate and imprint into your future team. It's very simple to, I suppose, once you practice, to actually do your own Wellness 101 as well. Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, we better let you all go. Thank you for being on tonight. And if I can just encourage you all, if it's a little late tonight, but latest tomorrow, if you haven't already sent the weekly accountability, send to me, because I need to send to Kylie all of your report as well. Yeah. Thank you guys. Take care.
See you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.